Deep in the heart of the ocean, where darkness swallowed every ray of light, lurked a creature of unimaginable terror. It was known as Leviathan, a monstrous being that had haunted the nightmares of sailors for centuries. Legend spoke of its immense size, with a body that stretched for miles and a hunger that could never be satisfied. The tale began on a stormy night, when a small fishing vessel named the Sea Serpent sailed into treacherous waters. The crew, a group of seasoned sailors, had heard whispers of the Leviathan's presence in these parts, but dismissed it as mere superstition. Little did they know that their disbelief would soon be shattered. As the storm raged on, the waves grew wild and furious. The sea serpent was tossed about like a toy, its wooden frame creaking under the strain. The crew fought desperately to keep the ship afloat, but their efforts were in vain. With a deafening crack, the vessel split in two, sending the men into the icy depths of the ocean. One by one, the sailors disappeared into the darkness, their terrified screams swallowed by the roaring waves. Only one man, Captain William Blackwood, managed to cling to a piece of wreckage. He watched in horror as his crewmates were devoured by a monstrous shadow that lurked beneath the surface. As the storm subsided, Captain Blackwood found himself alone, adrift in a sea of despair. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months, but still, he clung to the hope of rescue. However, as the days grew longer and his strength waned, Captain Blackwood began to lose faith. One moonlit night, as he lay on his makeshift raft, Captain Blackwood heard a haunting melody drifting through the air. It was a mournful tune, filled with sorrow and despair. The sound seemed to come from all directions, echoing in his ears and seeping into his very soul. Suddenly, the water around him began to churn, and a colossal shadow emerged from the depths. It was Leviathan, the creature of nightmares, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. Captain Blackwood trembled as he beheld the beast, knowing that his end was near. But instead of devouring him, Leviathan spoke in a voice that rumbled like thunder. "Captain Blackwood," it boomed, "I have watched you, lost and alone, for many months. Your spirit is strong, and your will to survive is commendable." Captain Blackwood's eyes widened in disbelief. "What do you want from me?" he stammered. Leviathan's eyes softened, and its voice grew gentle. "I seek companionship, Captain. A soul to share the vastness of the ocean with me. Will you be my companion?" Captain Blackwood hesitated, torn between the fear of this monstrous being and the desire to escape his lonely existence. In the end, he made a choice that would forever change his fate. "I accept your offer," he whispered. And so, Captain Blackwood became the companion of Leviathan, roaming the depths of the ocean together. Over time, the captain's fear transformed into fascination, as he witnessed the wonders of the underwater world. He learned the secrets of the deep and discovered a beauty that few had ever seen. But even in his newfound existence, Captain Blackwood could never escape the horror that lurked within Leviathan. For every now and then, the creature's insatiable hunger would resurface, and it would drag unfortunate souls into the abyss. As the years passed, Captain Blackwood became torn between his loyalty to Leviathan and his guilt for the lives lost. He wondered if he had made the right choice, if he had condemned himself to an eternity of darkness and despair. And so, the tale of Leviathan continues, a haunting reminder of the horrors that dwell beneath the surface. A cautionary tale for those who dare to venture into the unknown, for the ocean is a vast and treacherous realm, where monsters lie in wait, ready to claim their next victim.